How's it going, everybody? I, of course, am Dr. Delay, bringing you some more college basketball right here on the Dr. Delay Network. I, of course, am Dr. Delay, and tonight we have two of the Big East best teams, probably the Big East matchup of the year, as the number 15 ranked St. John's Red Storm take on the number 6 ranked UConn Huskies. Both teams with, of course, March Madness aspirations, both teams looking to win the Big East regular season title. St. John's with the win would pretty much all but guarantee that UConn win would make things interesting with a couple of games to go. Again, thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully, again, it is a great game. That is me. I am Dr. Lay. I'll be your host for the call. Let's see if I can get the internet working just for the back and forth for the stats and everything like that. Not going to have that. We'll have this. Again, the custom scoreboard is up. A little bit of a difference there. A little, hopefully, again, it's a nice one. Appreciate you again, CeeLo, for tuning in. I don't know if your account was hacked. I don't know if the, again, YouTube chat is broken. I honestly don't know at all. So I guess we'll just go with it and we'll see how it is. So yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of curious now. But, again, we got a good matchup. Both teams, again, amongst the best in the game. St. John's, again, ranked number 15. 15 in the rankings. 22-5. They are 15-1 in the Big East, averaging 84 points a game, only allowing 71 points. On the flip side of that, of course, the number 6 ranked UConn Huskies, 25-3, 15-12 in the Big East. 79 points a game, 66 points allowed. So, again, they don't score as many points, but they also do a better job of keeping the other team off the scoreboard. UConn also, again, more efficient with their shot shooting, 49% from the field. Again, with the higher percentage to St. John's, which is 46, one can assume St. John's will take more threes in this matchup compared to, again, the Huskies. Rebounding, St. John's actually with averaging about 39 rebounds a game. UConn 36, both with a lot of assists. Again, UConn averaging 18 assists a game, St. John's 16, and they both like to steal the ball. Again, St. John's averaging 8 steals a game, UConn 7. So, again, might be a very, very interesting matchup. Again, St. John's actually not favorited. So St. John's actually won the earlier matchup in the year 81-72. But they actually have won the last 3 matchups against UConn just in general, again, going back to last year. So I imagine Coach Hurley, entering his 8th season as the UConn head coach, 2-time national champion, definitely wants to get the best of the Red Storm and Rick Pitino. Of course, again, 2 of the best coaches in all of college basketball. So, again, appreciate you guys again for tuning in. And, yeah, we are almost ready for us to get going, showing the Big East standings. Again, St. John's at 1, 15-1, UConn at 2, 15-2. A little bit of a dip after that. Villanova 12-4. Then after that, everyone's kind of below 500. Seton Hall at 9-8. Everyone else 8-9, 6-10. Butler 6-11. Xavier 5-11. Providence 5-11. Georgetown 5-12. A lot of not great basketball, or at least just everyone kind of beating up on each other. Outside of course, St. John's, UConn, and Villanova. Villanova kind of taking care of everybody else except for the Red Storm and UConn. So, yeah, again, hopefully we have a great game tonight. That's what I'm really excited for. And, yeah, that is pretty much it. Again, we're just getting ready for some basketball. I was about to say football. Unbelievable. Again, football is kind of what I do. Football is my main thing. Again, if you do like what you're listening to, make sure, again, to like and subscribe down below. Helps out the channel a lot. Again, you get a lot of football here. A lot of baseball happening in the near future. And, of course, I'll be doing some college basketball as well. So, again, hopefully I don't have it on subscribers only. I'd be kind of annoyed with that. Let's see. Let me double check. I don't think I do. Just making sure. Because I'm not going to force you to sub to chat. Looks like we are ready for basketball, so I'll have to check on it. Okay, well, anyone can. All right, looks like we are good. Okay. We're ready for basketball. Are you guys ready? There's the tip-off, and the Red Storm win it. They are in the red uniforms going right to left as he kicks it out to Hopkins. Hopkins underneath, and he couldn't hold on to the ball. That was Sellers. Sellers underneath, had a free basket, just couldn't complete the pass. Again, you can see why he doesn't play receiver and why he stuck to basketball. UConn now with it again. They're in their classic white jersey, white shorts. Again, Red Storm, red jersey, red shorts. UConn moving left to right as UConn bounce pass inside. This is Caravan. Caravan hands it off to Mullins. Mullins to Ball. Solo Ball hands it off as this is Damari. Damari kicks it outside to Caravan. Caravan to Damari. Who is this? Mullins with a deep three. That's an air ball, actually. And the Red Storm will be inbounding underneath their own baskets. And it's the first time I've covered both of these teams, so I kind of wrote down these rosters as I get into the flow of things. Red Storm now with it in Husky territory, handing it off to each other. I believe this is Sellers. Sellers with it. It's on the perimeter. Passes inside. Trying to put up, and he does. He gets the buckets. That was Hopkins with the first points of the game. Mullins now with it at the points. Hands it off on the far side of Damari. Damari to Caravan. Caravan underneath to Reed. Reed looking, finds Caravan for three. That one's money. Just realized did not put up the points there, so that's my bad. Actually, I can see why. We'll get this underway. For some reason, numbers lock was off. All right, St. John's with it. This is Hopkins spinning around, looking for somebody. Finds somebody in the corner for three. That one's going to be a little bit too strong. Rebounded, though, by the Red Storm. Red Storm now with it. Looking around. Trying to find someone. This is Ejiofor. Ejiofor with it. In the paint. Turning around. Underneath. Trying to find someone. Kicks it to the corner. This is Hopkins. Hopkins going inside. Hopkins puts it up. And that's going to be off the mark. Rebounded there by Damari of UConn. UConn now with it. Again up 3-2. Damari with it beyond the perimeter. Bounces it inside. Reed, free to the basket, slams it home. As it's now 5-2, UConn. 17:46 left to go. St. John's with it. He's going to take like a free throw shot. That one's too strong. Rebounded by Caravan. Floating out of bounds, but he is able to hand it off to Damari before he does it. This is Damari. Damari with it. Looking around. It might be Damari. I don't know. Damari, maybe. Yeah, go Damari. Damari driving inside. In the lane. Passes it off and goes up with it. Could not get the shot. Could not get the roll. There was contact. I believe he was fouled. And he will head to the line. He handed it off to Ball. Ball with the shot. Solo Ball. Averages the most points on the team. 14.2 points a game. 5-2 your score. I believe Ball is heading to the line. 17:23 left to go in the first half. Ball's a 85% free throw shooter. It's like there's a little bit of a commotion. Not sure who St. John's. Looks like they're going to give it to Sellers. A little bit of a conversation by the referees, seeing who the guilty party was. But yeah, again, Solo Ball, 85% free throw shooter. That's third best in the Big East. So he definitely converts at the line. Pretty much a guarantee. As Ball releases, and too strong on the first. So the announcer's jinx. That's a killer. That is a killer. Trying to get some background music. Again, we'll do the intro, the college basketball soundtrack that I have here. He releases the second. That one's good. All right. 6-2. St. John's trailing. St. John's now with it. Taking it up. This is Sellers. Sellers at the point. Looking around. Trying to find somebody as he's working down to the far side. Kicks it to the corner. Kind of a low pass. This is, I believe that was Mitchell. Mitchell to Ejiofor, mid-range jumper. That one's too strong. Rebounded there by DeMary. DeMary now with it. Beyond the arc, driving inside. Bounces it underneath in the lane. He's contacted and makes the shots. That was Reed. Reed now making it an 8-2 game. And, of course, he will head to the line to complete the three-point play, albeit a 55% free throw shooter. So pretty much a flip of the coin whenever he's at the line. But very nice, again, taking the contact and still, again, finishing the shot. Reed averaging, again, 13.6 points a game. As there he does, completes the three-point play. 92 UConn leading over St. John's. St. John's now with it. Sellers, pardon me, to Mitchell. Mitchell hands it off to Ejiofor as it's back over to Sellers on the near side. Driving inside, now going to be back on the perimeter. Some substitutions. This is Sandin. Sandin hands it off as Sandin gets it back. Oh, Sandin with the double touch, but no one called it. This is Mitchell. Pounds it inside, and he's stripped away. Prey was driving inside and just couldn't finish it. And I believe it's going to be... Oh, he was fouled. Prey was fouled by Reed. Prey went up with it. Prey looking for the foul and got it. Let's see. Prey is a 71% free throw shooter, so we'll see if he can narrow the gap. Again, already 9-2. 16:21 left to go here in the first. As Prey does indeed make the first shot. Looks like that is Sandin. He's checking out. Prey at the line for his second shot. And has already made the first. As Sandin looking on. Prey does a miss. Remains 9-3. As here come the Huskies. Huskies again led by DeMary. DeMary at the point. He's at the logo. Driving to the near side. Stepping back. Still beyond the perimeter. Looking for somebody. Finds Caravan. Caravan underneath. This is Rebe. Rebe inside. And mid-range jumper. That one a little bit too long. Rebounded by St. Mary's. They come racing down. This is Jackson inside. Inside Ejiofor. Ejiofor looking for Prey. He does find Prey. Prey underneath. Back to Ejiofor. Ejiofor for three. That one's money. There we go. 6-9. 9-6. Whatever it is you want to say. As here is DeMary. DeMary now with it beyond the perimeter. He's looking around. Finds... this is Rebe. Rebe back to DeMary. DeMary back to Rebe. Back to DeMary. These guys like to hand it off to one each other. DeMary driving inside. In and out burger. As that's going to go out of bounds and remain a Red Storm ball. And it looks like that'll be the first commercial timeout as the UConn Huskies. Looks like Hurley's out on the court. He wanted a foul, but no foul was given. 15:20 left to go in the first. 9-6, UConn leading over St. John's. Again, appreciate you guys for tuning in. Feel free, of course, to, again, chat down below. Talk about whatever you like. I try to respond to as many comments as I can. Right now, 53% of you guys, again, feel free to vote as well. 53% of you guys picking UConn to win over St. John's. Again, St. John's have won 3 in a row. So definitely I don't know. Definitely you could say momentum has been with St. John's when these two teams match up with each other. Let's see here if I can provide some of the stats. See if I can get rid of that. Let's see. Let's go to the full screen. Full screen here. Sailors with 5 points for St. John. No, pardon me. That's 5 minutes. What am I talking about? This Hopkins with 5 points. Prey with 1. And then for UConn, Reed with 5 points. Caravan with 3. And then Ball with 1. That's pretty much it. Again, obviously just now starting out. Some games happening across the nation right now. Try to get to the notable ones. Florida and Texas tied at 12 apiece. Florida, number 7, Florida and unranked Texas. Good to see you, DJ. Appreciate you, man, for tuning in. Good to see you guys again for this one. Hopefully, again, it's a good game. Right now, Maryland leading 5-0 over number 12 ranked Nebraska. Almost 5 minutes have passed in that game, and Nebraska has no points. So that is just that's a rough one if you like offense. Right now, Maryland leading 5-0 over Nebraska with 15 to go in the first. Vanderbilt, number 25, Vanderbilt leading Georgia 13-6. Again, that one just starting as well. A lot of these games just now starting. Butler leading Villanova 11-10. Let's see here if we got another one. No, not really. So I guess we'll return back. Again, 9-6 is your score. UConn leading over St. John's. Again, appreciate you guys for tuning in. Hopefully, again, it's a great game, and hopefully I do a decent enough job with the call. As we're just waiting for this timeout to end, looks like it is nearing its conclusion. Let's see here. See, DeMary averaging 6.5 assists a game. I mean, that's actually leading all of the Big East. That's really impressive. That is really impressive in college. Jeez, All right, Red Storm now have its working their way right to left. Red Storm almost losing at Ejiofor, but he does recover. Finds Sellers, back to Prey. Prey looking, trying to find somebody. Does hand it off to Ejiofor. Ejiofor with it beyond the arc, driving inside. Trying to make Caravan look silly, but no, it's a bad pass. He does recover. And it's another bad pass, but it was tipped, actually, by DeMary. Going to remain with St. John's with 8 seconds left on the shot clock. Rick Pitino shouting some orders from the far sideline. Looks like he might be subbing somebody out in the near future. Prey with it. Prey looking around, hands it off. I believe this is Jackson. Jackson to Prey underneath. Prey off the glass, and that's a good shot. And they're not going to count it. Looks like it was a shot clock violation. Oh, man, that was close. Yeah, they only had 8 seconds when they inbounded it. That is tough. Shot clock turnover. That's rare, but I guess 30 seconds was just not enough time. Rick Pitino looking on, shouting in frustration. Yeah, 9-6 your score. UConn leading over St. John's. 14:49 left to go here in the first half. Chat is broken. I don't understand why it is. That's odd. YouTube chat is broken. That is very odd. I wonder what's the problem. UConn now with it. So he's looking around, hands it off. As they keep handing it off, this is solo ball. Solo ball looking around. Finds Reed. Reed looking around to Caravan. Caravan with it to Ball. Ball to Caravan. Underneath to Reed. They're almost running out of time. Reed spins inside and a floater. Good to see you, Angel and Orville. Appreciate you, man. Sorry about the chat. I have no idea what's going on. Like, what do you mean by broken? I don't know what that would mean. Is Jackson for 3, and he answers right back. 9-11. Bush? No, I'm just kidding. Bush is not there. Anyway, this is UConn. UConn with the DeMary. DeMary to Reed. Reed looking, finds Ball. Ball driving inside. In the lane, mid-range jumper. That one's good. 13-9 is your score. 13:43 left to go here in the first half. Again, good to see Angel. I don't know what the chat broken would mean. Is it nice little pass underneath to Sellers, and he converts. Now the scoring started to happen. 13-11 UConn. So with the lead, 13:30 left to go here in the first. As here is UConn. As looks like he hands it off back over to, I guess I'll have to figure it out at the, I don't know. Anyway, here's a 3 from UConn. That one's in and out. Kind of robbed of a shot there. That was DeMary. UConn now with it. Ooh, spinning around. Fancy move. Jackson, corner three. That one too strong. Rebounded there by Ball. As here is Ball underneath to Reed, who slams it home. 15-11 now is your score. 12:48 left to go in the first half. Other YouTubes have this problem with their chat. I meant broken in the context of, came to show me. I appreciate you, man. Red Storm has it taken away. UConn now with it, trying to play it fast. Corner three for UConn. That's money. 18-11. And it looks like St. John's going to call a timeout. So 18-11 with 12:27 left to go in the first half. Number 6 ranked UConn again, that is lost 3 consecutive times to St. John's. Leading St. John's 18-11, 12:27 left to go in the first. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, I guess context. I don't know. I'd have to look. I'd have to... Okay, I don't know. Maybe I have to look on Twitter or something. I don't know. I don't quite... let me look. Let me look at other streams and see what's going on over there in their chats. Because I genuinely have no idea. Okay. Let me look at Sinbin. Let's see. Not much over there. I mean, it looks fine. I don't know. I guess I don't quite understand what's wrong. Other than everyone's just saying it's broken. Is everyone just like... You have to talk in Spanish? Okay, so I guess you have to talk in Spanish. I don't know. But everyone's talking in Spanish or Arabic in JG9's chat, so I don't know. That's a little odd. Okay. But apparently it might be good. I mean, Angel just was able to type in English. I don't know. Let me see if I can type. I mean, I don't know. I'm assuming you can. Yeah. Let me type for my phone. This is interesting. Maybe it's good now? I don't know. I genuinely have no idea. Let me go ahead and delete that. That is interesting. Okay. Well, I don't know. It might be fine now, I guess. I genuinely have no idea. I'll have to look and see what was going on. But again, thank you guys for hanging out. Again, should be a good game here. UConn, though, already up by 7 with 12:27 left to go in the first. Can tell you what, might be doing a lot of Big East basketball in the near future. Might be doing that. We'll see. We'll see. A lot of stuff on Peacock. Peacock seems to be doing okay. Anyway, here's St. John's, the Red Storm. I believe this is Jackson at the point. Jackson now hands it off to Ejiofor. Ejiofor with it. He's looking around, hands it off. This is Darling. Darling over there to Ejiofor. Or pardon me, this is Hopkins. Hopkins mid-range jumper. That one's too short. Rebounded there by Mullins of UConn. Hands it off. This is again, this is Smith. Malachi Smith to Caravan. Reed underneath. Reed with it. Goes up and, can't get the buckets. Good defense there by Ejiofor. Here come the Red Storm. Red Storm now with the beyond the perimeter. Spinning around. Darling going up and can't get the buckets. That was a nice effort there by Darling, but here's Caravan. Caravan with it. Beyond the perimeter, looking around. My birthday, Fried Hugh. Yeah, again, happy birthday, Orville. Appreciate you, man. Hopefully all is well. Three-pointer's going to be off, but UConn now with it. Hands it off to Caravan for three. That one's money. That one is no problem. 21-11 with 11:06 to go here in the first half. Here is St. John's. Hands it off there to Darling. Darling looking for somebody. Darling still at the point. Going inside. Passes out. I believe this is Jackson. Jackson, oh, has it taken away. And UConn now with the Caravan. Underneath. Back over to Caravan. Oh, and he's stripped. They're going to say, though, there was no foul. But looks like they will maintain possession. That was stolen away by Malachi Smith. Again, we mentioned earlier, these teams like to steal. Again, 8 steals, averaging 8 steals a game for St. John, 7 for UConn. UConn now with it beyond the perimeter. Underneath, this is Reed. Reed with it. Going up off the glass. No cigar. This is Darling with the rebound and take it up. Oh, almost a travel. It was not called. I believe it was a travel. No call, though. Ejiofor goes up. Cannot get the buckets. Oh, man, these refs looking like the NBA. Here's Smith to Caravan underneath and slams it inside. 23-11. This is not looking good for St. John's. This is Darling. Darling over to Hopkins. Hopkins looking around. He's in the lane. Going inside. Goes up. Oh, it's stripped. And stripped by UConn. UConn now going. This is Smith. Driving inside. Gets the call and the bucket. Oh, my goodness. This could be pretty one-sided. You have to go see. Appreciate you, Angel. Appreciate you, man, for checking in. Good to see you. Good to see you. Again, I'm ready for football myself. And baseball. But, you know, football's going to have to wait, unfortunately, for, I guess, another 6 months. Yeah, we'll do some UFL, but I don't know. We'll see how that goes. UFL might not be as great. But we'll give it a shot. Smith with the free throw for the three-point play, and it's good. 26-11. I mean, this is already not looking pretty. This is looking like it may have been a bad choice. Hopkins over there to Darling. Darling with it at the point. Sends it inside. And looks like there's a bad pass, but may have been a call. A foul on Eric Reed. We don't know what the foul was. Hurley is screaming. Don't know if he's yelling. He's yelling at the ref, yeah. Not exactly happy with how this game has been officiated. Again, a lot of interesting stuff. The Red Storm inbounding underneath their own basket. Darling inbounds it to Hopkins, who hands it back to Darling. Misses his shot. Red Storm still with it. Darling with it. This is Hopkins. Oh, and it's stripped. Smith with it again. Goes up and, oh, can't get the buckets. Darling over there to Sellers. Sellers driving inside. Goes up with it. Can't get the bucket. Rebound by UConn. No points for St. John's in the last 4 minutes. This is not looking good. If you're a Red Storm fan, DeMary back over to ball. Back to DeMary. DeMary looking around. Trying to find someone. Going to the far side. Inside. Now he's going to turn around. Back out to Smith. Underneath to Reby. But looks like there was a foul that was called on, I guess, St. John's, on Dylan Mitchell. Didn't quite see. They didn't show the replay. It is what it is. Again, 26-11. 8:55 left to go in the first. Not looking pretty. This is UConn inbounding in again. A 13-0 run to this is Ross. Ross, fadeaway jumper. That one's good. Oh, what a shot. What a shot by Ross. Oh, my goodness. A 17-point game, a 15-0 run. The St. John's just trying to stop the bleeding. Ejiofor outside. This is Sellers for three. That one's no good. Rebounded, though, by Ejiofor. Ejiofor to Hopkins. Hopkins looking around. Going inside. Kicks it out to Darling. Darling outside to Sellers. Sellers inside to Mitchell. Mitchell to Hopkins. Hopkins misses a three. And it's rebounded by UConn. Unbelievable. UConn with it again. Kicks it out. This is DeMary. DeMary to Ross. Back to DeMary at the point. DeMary with it again beyond the arc. Under 8 minutes to go. 28-11. DeMary driving inside in the lane. Pump fakes. Looking around. Finds Smith. Smith with it. Again, beyond the arc. 4 seconds. 3 seconds. He's got to get a shot. Oh, and it's blocked. But then it's rebounded. Well, I guess it was a shot clock. Yeah, I know UConn got the loose ball, but again, a shot clock violation. 28-11, 7:37 left to go in the first. And this has been really ugly. 15-0 run in the last 5 minutes and 16 seconds. Red Storm, yeah, not looking good for the Red Storm. It is definitely a Red Storm for sure. They're feeling pretty blue. Feeling very blue, in fact. They are feeling as blue as can be. Again, appreciate you guys for tuning in. UConn leading 28-11. Can go over some of the stats real quick before come back from commercial break. Again, we got, I guess, starting with UConn. They're the ones leading. Reed with 9 points. Terrace Reed, 9 points. Caravan with 8. Mullins with 3. Ball with 3. Ross with 2. Smith with 3. Again, they've been just making everything, it seems like. And again, they've had more shots as well. I mean, it's going their way. For St. John's, not so much. Again, only shooting 22% from the field. You're not going to win any game like that. Hopkins with 5 points. Sellers with 2. Prey with 1. And then Jackson off the bench with 3. Jackson shooting 50% from the field, the best percentage of the game. Everyone else is 3 for 17. So he might stay in more. I don't know. Depends on what's going on. Again, 28-11. We're in commercial break. Appreciate you guys again for tuning in. Hopefully, again, it's a good game. Hopefully the Red Storm make it happen. I don't know. I picked it because of the matchup and what it could have potentially been, but it's man, I mean, this is not looking good. Good to see you, nephew. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, hopefully, well, for UConn fans, yeah, you definitely don't want them to blow it. I mean, that would be quite the collapse for sure. That would be a little bit of a bummer. Let's see if I can get some scores here. So number 7 Florida actually losing to Texas 27-26 with 6:35 left to go in the first. Number 12 Nebraska leading 19-13 over Maryland. Pretty much of a defensive battle or lack of offense battle there. Number 25 Vanderbilt crushing Georgia right now 31-14. Still about 8 minutes to go in the first there. Let's see. St. Joseph's all over George Mason 33-19. That's not good for George Mason. Villanova leading 21-17 over Butler. Let's see, and that's pretty much it for now. Looks like we are working our way back to action where, again, it is a one-sided affair, 28-11. You put your paycheck on St. John's plus 6.5. Oh, okay, that is rough. Maybe, I mean, you never know. Again, I mean, you know, I don't want to be that guy, but I'm just saying, you know, we've watched so many games and so much sports, you know, and of course, if you're one to think that they rig it, well, then, yeah, I mean, they're not going to have this be a blowout, right? But, again, just think about the Giants-Broncos game that happened here. Is working our way back here. St. John's with it. This is Darling. Darling with it. He's driving inside. Now going to back off. Darling working his way to the far side. Darling trying to find someone. Finds Sandin for 3. That one's going to be rebounded by UConn. Ross to DeMary. DeMary hands it off to Mullins. Mullins at the logo. Hands it off to Ross. Ross to DeMary. DeMary with it. Beyond the perimeter. And Mullins for three. That one's going to be too strong. Rebounded by UConn. That was Reby. And Ross for a three. That one's too short. And an off-the-ball foul on Darling. It was rebounded by St. John's, but, well, doesn't really matter because UConn will retain possession. Armin took St. John's. Oh, man. Yeah, that's... It seemed like the good pick based on, again, St. John's beat UConn already this year. I'm sure you guys already knew that. And apparently St. John's went 2-0, or won the last two matchups, I should say, against UConn last year. So St. John's, as of late with UConn's number, UConn tonight just dominating. UConn now with it to Mary to Mullins for three. That one falls. It's now a 20-point game. Unbelievable. This is just unbelievable. 18-0 run. This is St. John Sannon with it beyond the arc. He finds, I believe this is Ejiofor with it. Hands it off as he goes up off the glass, and he can't get the friendly roll. Ejiofor, though, with the rebound, and he's fouled. So this will be an opportunity for St. John's to at least, stop the one-sided scoring and an 18-0 run. Chris Trisk, you guys around? Trisk, he's probably still at work. I know there's been a lot of, he might be coach. I don't know if he's coaching a basketball game tonight or tennis or something like that. I don't know. A lot of sports happening right now in high school. There is the first. So finally, the long run, 18-0 run, has ended. You can still say 18-1. Hopefully he can crawl back. Oh, yeah, for sure. You never know. You never know, man. Sports... you get 40 minutes. You get 40 minutes here in college basketball. This is only a small part of the story. Sad. It's not looking good. Yeah. There is the second, and it's off. 19-point game. UConn leading 31-12. Just over 6 minutes to go. This is Demary. Demary at the points. He's going to the far side again. They're going left to right. Hands it off to Reed. Reed over to Ball. Ball driving inside in the lane. Off the glass and gets the buckets. 33-12. St. John's coming on the floor. This is Ejiofor with it. He's looking around, hands it off. I believe this is Sannon. It is Sannon. Sannon looking around in the mid-range area. Hands it off to Ejiofor. Ejiofor kicks it outside for three. That one's good. I believe that was Sannon with the three. 18-point game with just over 5 to go. 5:20 to be exact. Here in the first half. Demary now with it beyond the arc. Heavily guarded. Now they're going to back off a little bit. Finds Ball. Ball still beyond the arc. Hands it to Reed. Inside. Pounding his way in the paints. Reed has it stripped away. He's on the ground. Rolls it. And Caravan couldn't quite get a good hand on it as it rolls out of bounds. St. John's ball. Unsure if we're going to commercial break or not. Don't think we are. Maybe that's, again, that's how you start it, or start a comeback. Just get good defensive possessions and, just make your shots slowly but surely. 18-point game, under 5 to go. Mitchell to Prey. Prey with it beyond the arc. He's looking around, hands it off as he's driving inside. That was Sellers. Sellers back to Prey in the paint and puts it up, and it's good. And it's now a 16-point game. As UConn now making their way up the court. This is Mullins at the logo. Mullins looking around. Look to the far side. This is Caravan. Caravan with it. Finds Demary. Demary finds Ball. Ball to Reed. In the paint. Goes up. Hook shot. Oh, and he gets the friendly roll. And he will head to the line for two. No comeback here, Doc. Well, I don't know. I hope it's a close game. I do. I don't want to cover a blowout. That'd be kind of annoying, but beggars can't be choosers, I guess. But yeah, if you're a UConn fan, you got to feel pretty good about what you're either watching or listening to. If you're either watching along or whatnot. Reed at the line. Reed is a 55% free throw shooter. He makes that one. 36-17. Just over 4 minutes to go. Rick Pitino not happy. He is not happy with the refs and his players. Sandin now with it beyond the arc. He's driving now inside in the lane. Puts it up and draws the foul, as he will head to the line for 2. Sandin is a 78% free throw shooter. So again, hey, you make these 2. You know, again, that's how it starts. You got to make your shots. I mean, you can't have a comeback if you don't score points. You can worry about the defense later. You just got to make your shots. As he does make the first, I'm assuming the score changed. They actually didn't show it. Peacock can be a little bit. By the way, folks, if you're wondering where you can watch along, feel free to go to, I guess, Peacock with the game. As there you go, makes the second. 36-19 is your score. Just hope the halftime speech will work. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. He's going to be probably really ticked off. All right, UConn with it again, up 36-19 with 4 minutes to go. This is Mullins. Mullins with it, hands it off to DeMary. DeMary now working his way to the far side of the court. Finds Mullins. Mullins to Reed. Reed underneath and puts it up and gets the friendly roll. That was going all the way around. Thought it was going to roll out, but no. Again, with the way UConn's shooting, you know they're going to get the friendly roll. Here is St. John's. St. John's with it. Sandin. Sandin beyond the arc. Driving inside. Hesitates. Now sends it to Prey. Back to Sandin for 3. That one's good. Sandin might be the hot hand. That is not the score. That is the score. 38-22, 3-16 and counting here in the first. Mullins at the logo. Finds DeMary. DeMary with it. Floats it to Reed. Reed connects. Oh, and he misses the bucket. Nice little pass there. Looking like Big Ben to AB. But could not get to the shot. This is Prey. Prey to, I believe this is Sellers. Sellers with it. And there's going to be a foul on DeMary, which will lead us to a TV timeout. TV timeout. So no timeout by either team. Just an official TV timeout. 38-22 with 2:56 left to go in the first. Demery? Is it Demery? Demery? Demery. I don't know. DeMary seems better. I'm just going to go with DeMary. Pacino looks like, yeah, he's not happy. Someone definitely upset for sure. And appreciate you guys for tuning. I'll try Demery. I'll try. I'll see if I can make that adjustment on the fly. All right, again, here's some statistics for you guys as far as individual points. Starting to fight back. Yeah, you know, at least they're trading shot for shot at least, right? That's all that you can do. You think St. John's can come back? Well, I do. Whether or not it's all the way back, I don't know. Maybe to cover, maybe a backdoor cover. As far as straight up win, I mean, they're going to have to really, again, start making their shots. Again, only shooting 30% from the field. That is just not going to win you many games. Earlier it was 22%, so you know, I guess you can say they're working their way up. But anywho, Sandin with 8 points. I mean, he's been one of the few guys to be making his shots. Hopkins with 5. Sellers with 2. Ejiofor with 1. Prey with 3 and Jackson with 3. Now for the Huskies, Reed with 14 points. Again, pretty much nearly automatic underneath. You give it to him, it's like it's ending in a shot. Shooting 67% from the field, for those of you that like that. This is Caravan. Caravan with 8 points. Mullins with 6. Ball with 5. Smith with 3 and Ross with 2. They have to start playing defense and control the tempo. Yep, that is correct. Correctamundo. They really do. Again, they need to start making their shots and yeah, just start locking down on defense because I mean, right? It really just seems like they can make it both underneath and from beyond the arc. So that is not a good combination. I don't know if you guys knew that. Again, thank you guys for tuning in. Again, if you do like what you're listening to, make sure, again, to like and subscribe, folks. This is what I do. I call games. Again, I'm more of an NFL guy. I mean, it's not even close. I love the NFL. I'm better at calling the NFL. But, again, during the NFL offseason, got to cover some stuff. So, did some of the Olympics. Going to be doing some college basketball. Going to be doing some March Madness. And we're doing a lot of baseball, of course. So, again, if you like any sport, make sure to subscribe. St. John's with a 3. That one is that was not a good shot. Didn't even touch the rim. UConn now with it again. 2:45 left to go in the first. UConn leading by 16. This is, Demary just rolls off the tongue. Sorry about that, Kev. Appreciate you, though, with the help. As Caravan with the 3. That's in and out. Rebounded there by Hopkins. Hopkins to Sandin. Sandin driving inside and gets contacted by Mullins. Don't think he's heading to the line, but we'll see. Paul's saying, no, you're not going to do it. It's okay. It happens. Got plenty of it regardless. Oh, it's okay. St. John's not going to. Yeah, well, you never know. Pray for 3. That one's too short. Rebounded by Caravan. 2:22 left to go in the first. Caravan now making their way downtown to the far side. Hands it off to, this is Ball. Ball with it. I believe that is Mitchell on the defense. Ball to the near side. Hands it off to Ross. Ross now with it beyond the arc. Hands it off to Demary. Demary looking around. Driving the lane. Kicks it off Prey's leg. No call for 3. Ball, and that is no good. Rebounded by St. John's. Can't quite see who has it. I believe that's Hopkins. Hopkins back out to Sandin. Sandin with it beyond the arc. Again, just under 2 minutes to go. 16-point game. Sandin looking around on the near side. Going to the far side. Driving the lane. Puts it up and gets the friendly roll. So he will head to the line and completes the 3-point play to make this a 13-point game. Sandin not doing too bad. Already at 10 points. Demary. All right. I'll see what I can do. He does miss. 14-point player, 14-point game. 1:30 left to go in the first. This is Demary. Demary with it. Hands it off to Ball. Ball now with it. Hands it off to Demary. Demary to Reed. Reed back to Ball. Ball floater to Reed. Underneath. Puts it up and can't get the friendly basket. Does get his own rebound. Reed back to Ball. Ball for 3. That one's good. Great hustle by Reed to keep possession. 17-point game with a minute left to go in the first half. This is, I believe, Ejiofor inside and puts it up and gets the bucket. 41-26. This is Demary. How much time is left? Just under 40 seconds left. Hands it off to Reed. Reed to Caravan. Caravan. He's driving inside, and it goes off a foot. Looks like it was a St. John's foot off of Prey's foot. 30 seconds left here in the first half. Again, 41-26. Demary. Yeah, my bad, Paul. I'm just a failure, I guess. It is what it is. Looks like they're going to take a commercial break. So 30 seconds left in the first half. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. I think they come back and maybe cover. The win is out the window. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, I'm sorry, Kev. Everyone, it is what it is. I can say that name no problem. Ben Roethlisberger. That's Ben Roethlisberger. But you put up Demary. It's over. It's over, folks. I don't know what to tell you. Come back and maybe cover, but the win is out the window. Again, you allow this many points, you could score that many points. You just never know. You never know. Again, you got to play till the final whistle. You know, again, everyone just remember that Giants-Broncos game. I'm telling you, things, you never know how it can go. It's rare, as UConn now inbounding it. 3 seconds left on the shot clock. He just puts it up, and that's going to be an air ball as it goes out of bounds with 20 seconds left to go in the first half. It's the environment, bro. St. John's crumble. Possibly. I mean, it's a tough... UConn, again, it's a prestigious program in college basketball. St. John's looks like they're going to hold it for the last shot. 10 seconds left. This is Mitchell. Mitchell looking around. Back to Prey. 7 seconds. Prey hands it off to Sannon. Sannon trying to draw the contact. Floats it up. Too short. Sannon puts it up again. He got the bucket. Are they going to count it? Oh, this is going to be interesting. They're going to look at it. He got his own rebound, went up with it again. I don't know if he got it, but you got to admire the effort. Oh, yeah, that did not happen. All right. So it looks like it's going to stay a 15-point game. We'll just do that. All right, so... yeah, no, I know. It's some names I just can't do. Oh, my gosh. I mean, I was getting wrecked with hockey, man. I could not pronounce half those names to save my life. It is what it is. But, yeah, appreciate you, Kev. Appreciate you again. Who Day, appreciate you, man, for tuning in. Appreciate you, man. Bengals fan. I know you're ready for the Bengals to get back to the playoffs. It's been about 3 years now. I'm sure 2026 might be a happier year. Redmire are tough, and I do not put it past them. Having said that, chances are slim. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I don't know. Stay confident. Johnny's UConn dominated the first half. Now you guys dominate the second. And you could be a tale of two halves. It could be. You never know how it can go, folks. You never know. But again, it is halftime. 41-26 is your score. Again, I'll get you the player stats for you in a sec. I'm sure you guys are interested in that. All right, Sandon again with 10 points. 10 points on the night for the Red Storm. Hopkins with 7, Sallers with 2, and Ejiofor with 1. Then on the bench we have Prey with 3 and Jackson with 3 as well. For the Huskies, again, leading the way is Reed. Reed with 14 points. Caravan with 8. Ball also with 8. Mullins with 6. Then on the bench, we have Smith with 3 and Ross with 2. UConn converting 48% from the field. St. John's 32%. That is just, again, not going to work. But, again, it's slowly going up if you've been here for the whole time. Again, it started off at 22, went up to 30, now it's 32. So they're starting to hit their shots. But was the hole, again, I guess that's the question everyone's kind of wondering, was the hole just too deep for them to come out of? Bengals playoffs? You kidding me? I'm just hoping to win a game. Your senior baseball team walks it off. Nice. Playoffs are a ways away, sir. We need a defense. Yeah, that's fair. How about them Jets? Oh man, might be more than a year, Paul. That might be more than a year there. Yeah, I got to see what you guys can do at quarterback. I don't know if you're going to like it. I'm not saying it's the right move, but for some reason I think Kyler Murray is your next quarterback. Kyler Murray screams Jet to me. I don't know. And again, he has his moments, but, he just hasn't figured it out for some reason. With all the talent, he just hasn't figured it out. I think it's more of a character issue. Bengals have made the playoffs since Mahomes took they're at the Arrowhead. Yeah, that's tough. Haven't. Yeah. Talk about the long-suffering fan base, no worse than the Jets, except maybe the Bills. Maybe, yeah, the Bills, the way they keep losing in the playoffs. Again, that was a horrible, I don't know what, Allen is horrible in the playoffs. I mean, that was just a bad, I remember seeing his stat earlier. He gets past the wild card round, and this guy cannot do anything. Again, still solid, but just rough. Some halftime scores from across the nation right now. Texas. Unranked Texas leading number 7 ranked Florida 39-36 at the half. Again, 3-point game. That's interesting. Number 12 Nebraska leading 33-27 over Maryland. Vanderbilt leading 42-35 over Georgia, number 25 Vanderbilt. Let's see, St. Joseph's all over George Mason, 44-25 at the half. Villanova, 42, Butler, 28 at the half. Those are all touchdowns there, no field goals. And that's pretty much it. Providence leading Xavier 26-12 at the half. Try not saying arch. Demery. Is that Demery? Demery. I could probably do that. Demery. I'm probably gonna forget, Justin, but I appreciate you, man. 0-7 overtime games. That is rough. That is rough. But hey, you know, they're definitely better than Pittsburgh right now. I would much rather be winning playoff games than getting blown out in the first round. So, you know, maybe a different voice is what we needed. Hopeful for the best, but preparing for the worst, I guess. That's all we can do. The Bills exist so even Jets fans have someone to laugh at. I don't know about all that. Again, the Jets are not doing that great. They haven't been good for a while. But yeah, the Bills have had a rough time. Suffering time for sure. For sure. But yeah, no, again, I'm a football guy, man. I'm ready for some football. Let's go Louisville. Did I see them? Are they playing tonight? If they are they playing now? I don't think so. I don't think I saw Louisville. Appreciate you, though, Travis, for tuning in. Appreciate you, man. Looks like YouTube chat's working. I guess there was an issue earlier. I don't know if Louisville's playing tonight. Looks like they are not. But yeah, thank you guys again for tuning in. That's what you mean. I got you. Good to see you, Draven. Appreciate you, man. I got Platt 1, and I haven't played. I haven't played since. So I don't know. I'll probably get back on COD tonight. I don't know. We'll see. I might play. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know, man. I don't know. I hit Platt. I mean, I'm washed. I accept that I'm washed. Again, I'm a diamond player the last two years, but I am washed. I just can't keep up. Suffering. Yeah. Gotcha. Louisville's not playing. Yeah, gotcha. Garden City girls basketball team winning 27-15. Nice. Demery. Okay. So Demery. Gotcha. You've been playing NHL. Nice. Louisville Kings. Yeah. Again, with the UFL thing, I mean, I'm going to cover what I can. I might leave that up to you guys, to be honest with you. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. Again, you know, football off season, it's rough. The NFL, college football, that's what I mainly do. I'm mainly a football guy, always will be. But again, during the off season, I cover college basketball. Again, doing some baseball. I'm going to be doing a little bit of hockey. That was pretty fun to cover, honestly. I really enjoyed it. I've become a hockey fan. Kind of. Again, a low-key one. I wouldn't say I'm a diehard. Definitely not a diehard, really. But I definitely have enjoyed it. So I might cover a little bit of Penguins hockey, but really only a little bit. But again, if you do like what you're listening to, make sure again to like and subscribe. Feel free, of course, to chat down below. Again, it's always a pleasure. I would say like 99% of the chats are always fun to talk to, and all that stuff. So again, feel free to chat down below. Don't be a stranger. Again, talk sports. Again, I'm a sports guy, mainly again football, but I don't mind chatting. Again, when it comes to college basketball, you guys will probably know more than me, but I can still I know the game. I just haven't really watched much college, but I'm definitely, again, we'll be covering a lot of college basketball for the next month. Next month in about 2 weeks, 6 weeks, I would say, until the national championship is concluded. High school basketball. Haven't watched a high school basketball game in a long time. It's been a while, probably since I was in high school, and that was 11 years ago. So yeah, I don't know. I haven't watched. Well, actually, no, it's a lie. I just completely lied just now. I actually watched a high school game last year in the playoffs. I covered a game in the playoffs, a high school game where I live, for a local radio station. Used to work at a radio station. Literally only did the one, but that was pretty fun. You like Tecmo Bowl? I've only played it once. I've only played Tecmo Bowl once. I'm more of an old man guy, or NFL 2K on the Dreamcast. I really enjoy the NFL 2K2 specifically. And of course, NFL 2K5. Everyone likes NFL 2K5 on the PlayStation. Or Xbox, I guess. But I have it on the PS2. I did get, I went to 2nd and Charles, and I got College Hoops 2K5. And I need to play that game. I need to. I did get it. I got to play it at least a few times. It was like $5. I'm like, shoot, I might as well. But yeah, I need to do that. And folks, I will be, again, just I guess to promote some more, I will be covering at least the first round of the draft. I think it's April 25th. Be doing that with another channel, Rising Rhino, who again covers a lot of football. But yeah, we'll be partnering up for that. So that should be fun. Hopefully. I think it will be. But yeah, thank you guys again for hanging out for this one, man. It's been so far a one-sided game, but again, you know, if you're one of those that think it's rigged or scripted, again, not saying I disagree or not, but, you know, might be a closer game in the second half, maybe. Hopefully for the entertainment, it is. That's what we can hope for. That is what we can hope for. But yeah. Hopefully Bane is available at pick 9. Bane. Who's Bane again? Who is Bane? I don't have to look that up. Bane Jr. Okay, yeah, from Miami. Yeah. Yep, he's pretty good. Pretty solid, man. That Miami defense was very impressive. Very impressive. Though I've been seeing Orville, Jeremiah Love being mocked to the Chiefs. I don't know how you feel about that. And call me, I don't know. So I think Love is pretty good, but I was talking to a Ohio State fan, and I thought it was just pure hate. But he was saying Jeremiah Love is overrated. And I'm like, that's pretty crazy, man. Like, do you have any evidence? So he said, so Jeremiah Love struggles against top defenses. I'm like, really? I'm like, okay, I'll have to look at that. So let me actually show you guys. This is kind of crazy. Again, I think it's pretty good, but this is interesting is all I'm saying. Again, is this an indicator he's going to succeed or fail in the NFL? No. Well, all right, so he played Miami. 10 carries, 33 yards. A&M, again, you know, 4 yards carry. That's not bad. I mean, 94 yards. Let's see here. Didn't really do much. Again, all these other defenses, not really that great. I mean, Purdue, Boise State, USC. Again, all those big games against defenses that weren't really that great. Kind of even extends to last year as well. Again, you might be looking at Indiana. You know, again, Indiana wasn't really that great last year. They weren't the Indiana that became, you know, Indiana this year. I mean, again, they weren't really the same level. But yeah, look at that. Again, Ohio State didn't do anything. Penn State, just 11 carries, 46 yards. Georgia, only 6 carries. You know, it's a little interesting when you dig deeper. You're like, wow. I mean, there's a little bit of a... I don't know. Again, I don't know. Again, those are just random games, but that was an interesting point he made. Again, not saying he's going to succeed, not saying he's going to fail, but that was a shocker as a guy that, again, I was defending him in the conversation. I'm like, you know, that's actually a fair point. That is interesting. See, and also, Doc, but I'd pass. You'd pass on Love. ETN is as a free agent. Need a receiver in defensive pieces. Gotcha. Yeah, for sure. And I know you said that the Chiefs aren't going to get Tyreek. I don't know. I I don't know. I think, I don't know. It just depends on what he wants. Like, how much money does he want? Like, if he, I don't know. If it's reasonable, I would definitely want the Steelers to try. Especially if we get Rodgers back for the deep ball. That'd be good. But really, again, the best free agent receiver is going to be Alec Pierce, maybe? I mean, I don't really know. I mean, George Pickens probably going to be franchise tagged. I don't know. It's going to be a little interesting. Let's go, UConn. Good to see you, Yin. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, no, you got to be pretty happy with how they're playing. He still needs another surgery. Really? I didn't even know that. Didn't even know that. Well, I don't know. I'd still take him. I'd still take a swing. I don't know. It just depends. I don't know. I guess that would be a signing I would make if I'm the Steelers after free agency, after the draft. You know, if he's still there, like, hey, all right, what do you want? You're going to be back in November? Okay, that's just the time for the playoffs, you know. But, yeah, the Steelers definitely need receivers. That was a huge problem last year. But, yeah, again, appreciate you guys for hanging out. Again, I'm not too sure when we'll return to action. It's got to be soon. I've already kind of yapped enough here. And if you are wondering, tomorrow, the expected game for me will be Michigan State versus Purdue. So that one should be a good one. Both in the top 25. Let me go ahead and pull that up for you. Because, yeah, that one should be, again, a good one. Also will be on Peacock as well. And it's actually the only game tomorrow that is going to be, it's actually a top 15 matchup. The only game tomorrow that has anybody from the top 25. So that is what I'll be covering. That one at just an hour later. So they'll be starting at 7 Central, 8 o'clock Eastern. So kind of a bummer. But, you know, oh well. Oh well, I guess. I'll be here. Hopefully you guys are as well. Just in case you can't find the game, I'll be able to cover it for you. No problem. Roger. Yeah, I'm a Rogers guy, Harold. Again, appreciate you, Harold, for tuning in. PCL. Hill is washed, but I could be wrong. That's just your hot take. I mean, he did kind of struggle, I think, last year as well? I don't know. I think he's still pretty solid, but we'll see. I think he'll bounce back pretty well. Tyreek could still be a solid slot receiver, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, really just depends on the team and the quarterback. You're better than you deserve. Nice. Big Pitino fan. Okay. Well, tonight, not looking good for Rick Pitino's squad. Again, just shooting about 32%. Again, earlier, I mean, at one point, they were 4 for 18. They had a run of 18-0, and UConn had the 18, by the way. It was just not looking good, but maybe, again, we'll see a tale of two different halves, or maybe a continuation of the first. Now, of course, the last 5 or 7 minutes of the first half were more of a, bucket-for-bucket thing. Oh, man, I forgot how to pronounce his name. This is Caravan. Caravan for 3. That one's too strong. That's going to be whacked out of bounds, and it's going to go to St. John's. What did we settle on? Demery? No, that was obviously what I was saying. Demery, right? It was Demery. Listen while I work. Appreciate you, Danny, for tuning in. You cried when we left UK for Boston? Yeah. That is tough. All right, here come the Red Storm. We'll see what they can do here in the second half. This is Sandin. Sandin with it. Bounce pass to Ejiofor. Ejiofor beyond the arc. Looking around, trying to find someone. No one's coming open. Oh, and he may have double touched, and that was tipped. Sandin with it. Driving inside. Loses the ball. Caravan with it. Caravan just going to go ahead and settle down. This is Demery. Demery with it beyond the arc. Again, feel free to let me know if I'm pronouncing that wrong. I mean, I probably will be. Demery to Caravan. Caravan with it. Looking for Mullins. Mullins doesn't come free. This is ball. Ball to Reed. Slams it home. 43-26. Yes, I just noticed that I forgot to change that. Give me a sec. All right, the Red Storm again down by 17. That was kind of the common theme in the first half. That's Mitchell. Mitchell to Hopkins. Hopkins to Ejiofor. Ejiofor looking around. And I believe he finds Sandin. Sandin with it. On the near side again. Red Storm going left to right. The Huskies right to left as he drives the lane. Puts it up and can't get the basket. He slams it out of bounds. And, oh, wow, they're going to say it went off a Husky. Ejiofor. I don't know. I thought he just slammed it out of bounds. Could be wrong. They call it Kentucky crowd, yeah. Whereas not good. Steelers been making bad decisions. I mean, we'll just agree to disagree there, as that's a deep three. 43-29. I'll get some more of that talk, though, at the commercial break. All right, this is Demery. Demery taking it up the court again, going right to left. He's at the logo. Again, a 14-point game, just over 18 minutes to go. Demery passes to Reed. Reed looking around, hands it to Mullins. Mullins for a deep three. That one's in and out. Berger rebounded there by the Red Storm. I believe this is Hopkins. Hopkins driving inside, puts it. Oh, and he's slammed down by Reed. Reed with the block. Looking for a foul, but no foul. Demery with it beyond the arc, and now there's going to be a whistle. Interesting. A referee blew his whistle. Well, that's interesting. Well, I think the ref just blew his whistle for no reason. Roger, 4 p.m. starts for the West Coast. Oh, okay, I gotcha. That's fair. Harold liking what UConn is doing. Again, just... Oh, so apparently, so it wasn't just a random whistle. Finally getting to it. So Sandin actually bleeding. Oh, he just took an elbow to the eye. Unbelievable. And again, Sandin's been one of the few bright spots for the Red Storm. UConn now with it. This is Mullins. Mullins to Reed, who slams it home again. With authority, 45-29. 17:40 left to go here in the second half. This is Mitchell. Mitchell over, I believe this is Hopkins. Hopkins to Ejiofor. Ejiofor with it, driving inside in the lane, puts it off the glass and gets the friendly roll. Back to a 2-touchdown game, 45-31. 17:20 left to go here in the first. Again, UConn looking pretty good. St. John's just trying to, just kind of nickel and dime their way back. Demery with it. No, pardon me. This is Ball. Ball with it. Hands it off to Mullins. Mullins beyond the arc. Driving inside. It's got an open lane. Lays off the glass. Oh, and he's slammed. Blocked, I should say. Here come the Red Storm. Red Storm with it. This is Mullins. Or pardon me, Sellers. What am I talking about? Sellers. Ejiofor for 3. That one's too strong. Rebounded there by UConn. Demery now with it again. Moving right to left. At the top of the arc, moving down to the near side. It's covered there by Ejiofor. Passes to Caravan. Caravan to Reed. Reed again beyond the arc and hand it off to Demery. Demery with it. He's going inside in the lane. Fadeaway jumper, and it's good. Swish. Didn't need the rim. No problem. 47-31 is your score. 16 to go in the second. Here is St. John. Sellers to Mitchell. Mitchell to Ejiofor. Ejiofor hands it off. I believe this is Jackson. Jackson, mid-range jumper. That one's too strong. Rebounded by Reed. And this one in danger of, again, extending to potential, again, blowout territory. We'll see, again, if St. John's can play some defense. Demery with it at the logo. He's looking around. Finds Caravan. Caravan going inside. Spinning. Turning, hook shot, that one's going to be off the mark, fighting for the ball, and it goes off a Red Storm player, going to remain with UConn with 15:37 left to go in the second half, and I believe we're going to another commercial timeout. Again, UConn leading 47-31. What has been a one-sided performance. Red Storm doing their best to try to make this a game, but UConn will not let it happen. Rogers played well for the Steelers. Yeah, I mean, again, I feel like Rogers, got the short end of the stick again. I've mentioned it plenty of times to my longtime viewers. But again, like, who was he throwing to? Like, look at the receivers. Again, he had DK Metcalf when he wasn't punching fans. Then he had Scotty Miller. Then he had Adam Thielen. Then he had Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Who else? Was he throwing the ball to? Oh, yeah, I guess the tight ends. Pat Frymuth, he was barely on the field. Jonnu Smith, again, not really that great at all. Darnell Washington was his best target, and he's a 6'7", 300-pound tight end. And he gets hurt at the end of the year. So, it was just... No, I think Rodgers he did so good. He really did so well for what he had to work with. Don't know if you're answering, but just wondering, what are your expectations? Oh, yeah, for sure I'm going to answer. For the Steelers this season. I think this... I can't really answer that, so actually I feel bad now. I'm definitely a pro chat guy for sure. Definitely enjoy talking to you guys. But I think once I kind of see the team and how we look after free agency, again, it's no secret the Steelers are an aging roster. And I would like to see some players take pay cuts. Cam Hayward might be retiring, and that's fine with me. Again, I don't think he's really... I think he's a twisted version of the Steeler way when it comes to that toughness and doing I don't know. I don't know. He's a bum, in my opinion. He's a fake Steeler. TJ, we signed him to a crazy contract extension, which that turns out to be already looking like a terrible contract. And I don't know why we did that. We have Herbig and Highsmith and Sawyer. We drafted Jack Sawyer. It's just a dumb move. But yeah, I'd like to see kind of how we look after the draft, and then I'll probably be able to say that. But right now, if we were to run it back, probably the same thing. Same exact, we went 10-7, but I would be thinking 8-9, 9-8. But I'd have to see what we do. Again, a lot of free agents. We have a lot of cap room, but also, again, a lot of people that we need to replace. So, sorry, Joey. I really do try to get to the chat, but don't know if I'd be able to give an answer about that, about that right now. Appreciate you, though, for tuning in. What did you think of the NFL admitting they blew the call? Yeah, I saw that. It was a bad call then, and it's a bad call now. Not a Steelers fan, but Rodgers wasn't the problem. They may have won 5 games. Exactly. Without Rodgers, you have Mason Rudolph or Will Howard back there. They're 4-13, 5-12. That was a not really a great team, really. They had some players, but their offense was terrible. Their offense was genuinely bad, and Rodgers really, he did a great job with what they had to work with. Cut or run, not sure what you're referring to, Harold, as we're working our way back here again. 15:33 left to go here in the second half. This is Demery with it beyond the arc. He passes inside to Mullins. Mullins has it tipped away, and it's going to remain with UConn as Coach Patino looks around. Again, he's looking on, not happy. Looks like it was indeed batted by Prey. Prey on the coverage. Good defense by the big man. Inbound pass to Mullins for 3. Oh my goodness, a fadeaway 3 on the run. A 19-point game, 50-31. This is Darling. Darling over there to Hopkins. Hopkins with it. Hopkins begins to drive inside, and he's blocked. Unbelievable. UConn just blocking the Red Storm. Here's Demery. Demery beyond the arc, hands it to Mullins. Deep 3. That one did not touch the rim. Going to be rebounded by the Red Storm. This is Jackson. Jackson in the lane. Puts it up high off the glass. Could not get the basket, but they get the rebound. Darling for 3. That one's no good. And last touched. Oh, ball saves it. Gives it to Prey for 3, but they're actually going to say he touched it out of bounds. So again, a 19-point game with 14:46 left to go in the second. They got a chance to get picks. Are you talking about UConn here? Patino better suit up and go in. Yeah, honestly. All right, this is Jackson. Jackson to Prey. Back over to Jackson. Jackson driving inside. Oh, and the pass is denied. That's a steal for UConn, and Ross slams it home. 52-31. This one might be getting ugly, folks. Prey with it. He's beyond the arc. Prey hands it to Jackson. Jackson with the UConn. The crowd is getting loud. Darling with it at the logo. They need something to silence the crowd. Darling to Jackson. Jackson to Prey. Prey looking around. Back to Hopkins. Hopkins with it. Jab step. Cutting inside. Spinning around. Floater. That one's no good. Rebounded by UConn. Demery now with it to the far side. He's looking around. Finds Caravan. He cuts inside. Caravan lays it off the glass, and that's smooth. 54-31. Timeouts. St. John's. And you just gotta feel pretty bad. Again, I know we had some people with the St. John's bets earlier, but oh my goodness. I know Kev had it. K. Armand, yeah, that is rough, guys. I don't know if you guys are still here. Appreciate you guys, though, again, for tuning in. Not looking good for St. John's. 54-31. He could not run. I don't really think you need to run in today's NFL, honestly. Now, when you really think about it. I mean, who are the... obviously, yeah, Drake May. Drake May, it's nice when you can, but, in the NFC, I mean, people said that was the de facto Super Bowl, and the quarterbacks are Sam Darnold and Matthew Stafford. To my knowledge, those guys aren't exactly the fastest players, fastest quarterbacks in the NFL. I might be wrong. Maybe other people do consider them speedsters. I don't know. I don't think you really need to. I think, again, we showed, I mean, Phillip Rivers, obviously, wasn't great, but again, he had no mobility. He came and played fine. I mean, he played well for a guy that didn't play for 5 years, showing that the NFL isn't actually all, again, the NFL quality has been pretty bad now for a while. But, all this talk, the defenses now are all pretty good. Not really. Again, Phillip Rivers dicing him up shows you that, again, a traditional pocket passer is gonna do well. And again, yeah, his players, again, there's no speed. There's no speed for the Steelers. So, no, I think, again, if Rodgers comes back, I think the Steelers have a much better chance with him than, Mason Rudolph or Will Howard. And if we draft anybody, well, they're not going to do better than Rodgers this year. And honestly, I don't really like any of the quarterbacks coming out. But, again, I've been wrong before. Never bet more than... Yeah, for sure. Never do that. Never do that. Let's see if we can get some scores from across the nation. Right now, Florida and Texas tied 47 apiece with 15:50 left to go in the second. Nebraska and Maryland also tied 42-42. Vanderbilt's leading by 5, 52-47 over Georgia. So I picked the game that's a blowout, but you can probably watch the other games on YouTube, no problem. Anyway. But again, appreciate you guys for tuning in. And we're just here during a commercial break. And it is not looking pretty. It is not looking pretty at all. But still time. I know I'm trying to be that guy, and I will be, of course. But there is still time. But it just, you got to start making your shots, and you also got to start playing some defense. Rivers coming in was one of the best storylines of the season. Watching someone from the old era read the defense was so nostalgic, and you almost want a few. I know. I mean, he almost beat the Seahawks. I mean, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable. I mean, that was more, again, a dig at just how the NFL is now. Because, I mean, obviously Rivers was clearly washed, but he could still, his mind was good enough. Again, kind of like the 2015 Broncos. I mean, that's really what, again, Peyton was clearly washed, but his mind was able to just just do enough for the offense, of course, to score more points and, of course, for that legendary defense. All right, Darling now with it. He hands it off. This is Ejiofor to Hopkins. Back to Darling. Darling with it. Moving to the far side. Oh, he loses the ball. Taken away by Demery. Unbelievable. Caravan now driving inside. He's spinning around. Passes outside to Ross. Ross to Reed. Reed looking around. Back to Ross. Ross to Mullins. Mullins still beyond the arc. Back to Ross. Ross going to slow it down. 12 seconds left of the shot clock. Back to Caravan. Caravan looking around as he finds Reed. Pardon me. Reed looking around. Driving inside. Spinning inside. Puts it up and does not get the friendly roll as the Red Storm now with the rebound. And again, it's now or never for them. Here is Ejiofor to Hopkins. Hopkins to the far side. That is Mitchell. Mitchell, mid-range jumper for Sellers. That's going to be off the mark, but he gets his own rebound. Sellers now on the ground. And there's going to be a jump ball with 12:41 left to go in the second half. Again, UConn, the number 6 team in the nation, a team that has lost 3 times in a row to St. John's. They are putting a beating to the Red Storm tonight. Great job. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, Michael. Steelers need to start over. I mean, you're probably not wrong, but I don't know. It's not really what the Steelers do. St. John's now with it, moving around to the far side now, coming towards the near side. Sellers mid-range jumper. That one's too strong. Rebounded by Mullins, but now they're saying there was a foul on the Huskies. Eric Reeby, an off-the-ball foul, and the ball will stay with the Red Storm. UConn men's and women's nanny loading. That's what it felt like. It's felt like that for the last few years now. Steelers should have took Deion Sanders' son. I mean, I'll just disagree on that. Hopkins now with it. He's beyond the arc, inbounding it here to Ejiofor, and he's contacted, and another foul by the Huskies. Caravan, he's like, hey, that was all ball. But the referees disagree. Happy Wednesday. Good to see you, Daniel. Appreciate you, man. UConn dominating St. John's here. This is Ejiofor to Hopkins. Hopkins beyond the arc, driving inside in the lane, puts it up and can't get the rebound. And now he's stripped away. And another foul on UConn. Oh my goodness, Hurley can't believe his mind. He's just in disbelief. He's breathing slowly in and out. Unbelievable. This is pretty crazy. 3 fouls in a row. And there's a mid-range jumper. That one's too strong. Rebounded by Reed and the Huskies. And the referee's clapping for the no foul. That was pretty wild to witness. All right, here is Smith. Smith with it at the logo. He's looking around, coming to the near side. Smith again. He's just going around. Bounce pass inside. There's a foul, I believe, on the Red Storm. That was on Mitchell, Dylan Mitchell. And that may take us to a commercial break. It will. 54-31 is your score. 11:48 left to go in the second half. And again, it seems to be a Huskies victory happening within the next 30 minutes. Again, appreciate you guys for tuning in. Again, if you do like what you're listening to, make sure again to like and subscribe. Helps out the channel. Again, feel free to chat down below. Again, as you know, basketball, very fast paced. Can't really get to the chat as often as I would like, as normally to a football game, or of course you call a play, then you got 30 seconds to hit up the chat or do whatnot. But again, appreciate you guys for tuning in. Tomorrow, Michigan State Purdue will be happening again. If you can't catch the game, whether it's on Peacock or here on YouTube, if they take down the streams, I'll be here covering the game as a backup plan. And again, I'll be covering some of the college basketball March Madness as well. But mostly, again, I'm a football guy. So if you do like the NFL, if you do like college football, then this is the channel for you. But of course, during the off season, I'll be covering a lot of other things, again, like college basketball, MLB, a lot of MLB, because that is, of course, very long. It's a very long season. And, yeah, might even do, again, some of the World Cup as well. So we'll be doing, again, what I can when I can. Punks and girls basketball team lost 49-12 tonight. Oh, that's tough. Carson City girls won 43-23. Nice. That's tough, though, in the first one. But yes, a 23-point game, again, can get you the stats here. Haven't been able to do that. Actually, I have been able to do it, just didn't. All right, before we go back, Sandin for the Red Storm leading with 10 points. Again, he has not entered the game since his injury. Hopkins with 7. Ejiofor with 6. Sellers with 2. Prey with 3. Jackson with 3. And then for UConn, Reed with 18. Caravan with 10. Mullins with 9. Ball with 8. Demery with 2. Ross with 4 points, and then Smith with 3 points. How about racing, NASCAR? Yeah, I don't think so. I think we're good on that. I think the NASCAR world doesn't need a Dr. Delay. Did you guys just see that left turn? Unbelievable left turn. Oh, what a left turn. Unbelievable stuff. Oh, he just passed him. Unbelievable stuff. What a drive by that guy. And another left turn. Unbelievable. That might be his only move, but it just might be working as he's now in first. Yeah, I don't think I'll be doing that. I don't think so. Florida has actually taken the lead. I believe it might be for the first time tonight. I don't know. But Florida now leading over Texas 51-49. Maryland leading number 12 Nebraska 46-45. Vanderbilt leading by 7 over Georgia. Inbounding it here for UConn. This is, I believe, Smith. Smith with it at the logo. He's looking around. Smith coming to the near side now, going back to the far side. Smith back to Caravan, fakes the three, goes inside in the lane. Floater, and it's good. Unbelievable. These guys they just make everything. 56-31. How's it going, Chris? Good to see you, man. Appreciate you. Here is Mitchell. Mitchell driving inside, high off actually not even off the glass. It was behind the backboard. Now he's on the ground. And it's going to be a jump ball. Should be UConn possession. Should be. Unbelievable. St. John's has had a rough night. Can't be worse than Chris Collinsworth. That looked a little Mahomey out there. Looked a little Mahomey. Actually, no, that's Romo. That kind of looked like Patrick Mahomes. Oh, yeah. That left turn looked like Patrick Mahomes somehow. Smith with it. In their own end as he's trying to make his way up the court, and he does. Hands it off to Ball to Caravan. Caravan back to Smith beyond the arc end. Just under 11 minutes to go. 56-31. Pass inside to Reed. Reed goes inside, goes up with it, and gets the buckets. 58-31. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be any cover tonight. 27-point game. As Sannon for a deep three. That one's going to be too strong. Rebounded by Caravan, who hands it off to Ball. Oh, my goodness. St. John's did not show up tonight. Caravan to Reed. Back to Caravan. Caravan with it at the logo. Hands it off to Ball. Hurley's practically on the court. Smith now with it. He's at the logo. Back to the near side. Just kind of killing time. Ball for three. That one's good. Unbelievable. These guys taking it to St. John's 61-31 with 10:07 left to go in this game. Unbelievable. Oh my gosh. Orville and Chris going to be chatting. Let's see. Let me actually okay, yeah, well I can see why that was held, Orville. Jeez, I will not be releasing that one. Chris, you won't be hearing that question. No, you're not going to be hearing that question. No. Anyway, appreciate you guys for tuning in. It is definitely a blowout. St. John's, yeah, that's just a rough performance by the Red Storm. No other way to really to describe it other than, yeah, just kind of a bummer, honestly. Again, was hoping for a really good matchup, and, well, I mean, UConn really brought it tonight. They really did. Jeez, But yeah, 30-point game with 10:07 left to go. And if you're a St. John's fan, you've definitely heard better games, better performances by your alumni or your team, whatever leads you to cheer for the Red Storm. Then for the UConn faithful, well, definitely looking like you're peaking at a good time. St. John's now with it. This is Sannon. He's back in the game. Sannon with it. He's going inside in the lane. Puts it up and can't get the bucket, but it goes off Ross. And St. John's will, I guess, retain possession. Just under 10 minutes ago, 9:43 to be exact. Inbounding here is St. John's, as that is going to be to Ejiofor. Ejiofor to Mitchell. He's going inside off the glass, and he's blocked. Unbelievable. That's another. How many blocks is that? I'll have to look it up after the next commercial break. UConn now with it. This is Smith. Smith with it. He goes to the far side. This is Ross. Ross to Reed. Hands it off to Ball. Ball looking beyond the arc. Just jacks up a three. Why not? That's too strong. And, ooh, it was rebounded by St. John's, but then Caravan came crashing in for a hard foul. And that'll be St. John's ball with just over 9 to go. I'm excited for Gerard for the rest of the season. Gerard. Who's Gerard? Let's question and go. I didn't block it. YouTube held it, and I kind of agree with YouTube here. I don't know. I'll go ahead and do it just for your birthday, sir. All right, here we go. Mid-range floater. That's going to be an air ball. Actually, I can't do it anymore. I don't know. It was taken away from me. I actually cannot do it. Sorry. This is UConn with it. Just under 9 to go. This is Smith at the logo. He's turning around, spinning around, trying to find his teammates. Finds Caravan beyond the arc. Caravan underneath to Reed. Reed back to Smith. Smith mid-row. Passes to Ross for 3. That was in and out. Rebounded by St. John's. Who's your team? We're pathetic. I'm a Pitt fan. I remember when we were in the Big East, when we used to do good. Pass inside. Going to be deflected out by Smith. Going to be St. John's ball after the temporary stoppage. It's your birthday. Yeah, no, happy birthday. You're rewarded. But yeah, no, I'm a Pitt Panther fan. And ever since we moved to the ACC, Pitt has done nothing in college basketball. All right, this is Prey. Prey with it beyond the arc. He hands it off to Sellers. Sellers now with it. Hands it off underneath. This is Hopkins. Hopkins to Prey. Prey, mid-range jumper. That was an air ball. Oh, my goodness. St. John's is rattled. Patino is just irate. Rattled and irate. I don't know if he's really rattled. I think he's just not happy. A 30-point game with just over 8 minutes to go. Inbound pass actually going to be... Oh! Unbelievable. Demery had it, lost control, went out of bounds, and then slammed the ball off the leg of a Red Storm player. It's going to remain with UConn. Again, everything just can't... just nothing's going right for St. John's. 8:03 left to go. Caravan going to be inbounding it as he inbounds it to Demery. 28 wins versus AP-ranked opponents since 2022-2023. That's the most in all of Division I basketball. Again, UConn has just been dominant. Just letting the time tick away. Now he starts making his move to the near side, out of the far side, driving inside, lays it off the glass, high off the glass, does not get the friendly roll. Reed with the rebound. Reed, though, with it, he loses control, but it goes to Ball. Ball for 3. That's too strong. The ball's tipped in the air, and it's rebounded again by the Huskies. And they get a standing ovation as the hustle. The hustle is all there with UConn. Hurley, though, not happy was for some reason. Passes back to Caravan. Caravan for a deep 3. That one's too short. Rebounded by the Huskies. And there's a foul on St. John's. Unbelievable. UConn just won't let the ball go. St. John's good team. They didn't show up today, but trust me, they'll be in the... Oh, yeah, for sure. 61. Happy 61st, Orville. Appreciate you again for tuning in and just, always being here and supporting the channel. But UConn with 61 points in honor of Orville. That is just, wow. Just a 30-point game. Let's go to the box score. You guys can again see just how just one-sided it is. We'll start with UConn. 20 points for Reed, 10 rebounds, 3 assists. Caravan with 12 points, 5 rebounds and assist. Ball with 11 points and a rebound and 4 assists. Mullins with 9 points, 2 rebounds and 3 assists. Demery, 2 points, 8 rebounds and 5 assists. Ross with 4 points, 3 rebounds, and Smith 3 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Shooting 47% from the field, 32% from beyond the arc. They're converting 80% of their free throws. Only been to the line 5 times. Been to the line 5 times. Let's see here. St. John's, by the way, 10 points for Sandin, 1 rebound. Hopkins, 7 points, 4 rebounds. Ejiofor, 6 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Sellers, 2 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Mitchell with 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Prey on the bench, 3 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists. And Jackson, 3 points and 3 rebounds. It has just, again, been a rough day for St. John's. You're good people. I'm okay. I appreciate it. Mullen's your favorite player on the team, but some of these shots are becoming outrageous. Low percentage attempts. He can make those, but shooting jump shots from nearly half the court takes a lot. It does, Rogue. It does. All right, let me go ahead and show that, Orva. See what your question is. I'm just going to go ahead and type it in. Or not type it in, but I'll allow it. It should just have popped up there, Chris, for you. But, yeah, man, I mean, just a great performance by UConn. I mean, really. I mean, they came to play. Again, hostile environment for St. John's. You have to imagine, though, that they will definitely... They'll definitely come back with a vengeance if they meet again in the Big East tournament, which, you know, you can probably assume they will. You can assume they will. Again, there's no guarantees, of course. It's part of March Madness, really. But yeah, I mean, this is, again, just a dominating performance by UConn. Let's go, Redstorm. Appreciate you, Trisk, for tuning in. Like number Willie Parker, nice. Thank you guys for liking it up. Helps out the channel. This is Demery. Demery just floating up for Reed, and Reed could not connect as it sails out of bounds with 7:09 to go here in this one. Again, UConn up by 30. All right, here come the Red Storm for what it's worth. Here's Hopkins. Hopkins beyond the arc, hands it off to Prey. Prey with it. He's looking around trying to find someone. Hands it off. This is Sellers. Sellers with it. Beyond the arc now going inside. St. John's, he loses the ball. Sellers looking around. Hands it off. I believe this is Sandin. Sandin to Hopkins. Hopkins going inside. Puts it up. Never mind. Reed stuffs him. He was fouled, so we'll head to the line for 2. But, man, again, this is just... I didn't get to look up the blocks. That's my bad. Give me a sec. Blocks. UConn with 8 blocks tonight. Unbelievable. Hopkins is a 73% free throw shooter. Is game over? No, it's definitely... I mean, well, it's going. The game is still on. Yes and no. Yeah. Again, appreciate you, Paul, for tuning in. 30-point game. Again, he misses the first... Well, you get 2 shots. He does get the second, cutting the lead to 29. 29-point game with 6:41 left to go in the second half. Caravan inbounding again. The Red Storm going to press here. Inbounding it to Demery. Demery with it down the far side. I believe that is Jackson on the coverage. Finds Mullins. Mullins to Caravan. Caravan to Ball to Demery. Demery floats it to Reed. Reed to Mullins. Mullins looking around. Finds Caravan. Caravan with it. Driving inside in the lane. Off the glass, and it's good. 63 to 32. Unbelievable. Just over 6 to go. St. John's, whether this is Hopkins. Hopkins looking around. Finds Prey. Prey to Jackson. Jackson now with it. He jacks up a 3. Why not? That one's too short. Rebounded. And he's stuffed at the line. He was going to be... Oh, no. That was a flat-out block. That was not fouled. as St. John's will retain possession. It was knocked out of bounds with just under 6 minutes to go. Patino needs to call the Sopranos, take out the entire UConn crew. Yeah. Need to get the Italian mob, Italian mafia involved here. Yeah, a 31-point game. 9 blocks for UConn, 4 for St. John's. Hurley going to have a little chat with the officials here. 5:56 left to go. Hurley, I don't know if he's happy with something. Again, I guess you got to keep up the anger despite being up 31. Kind of like Belichick, I guess, with the Patriots all those years. Oh, it might be. Let's see what the original call. Might be reviewing a foul that may have happened to Hopkins, kind of pushing a Husky out of the way to get the ball. So maybe that's what he's doing. I guess this is a challenge. Didn't even know you could challenge in basketball, but here we are. Challenges everywhere. Clean defense on that one. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think they might be reviewing. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I don't know if they're reviewing Hopkins, kind of boxing out, pushing him out of the way or whatnot. But yeah, it looks like. I didn't quite get to hear it in time. So UConn, he wanted the challenge, so I think it was a foul on Hopkins. Interesting. Or maybe not a foul, but maybe just a loss. I don't know. But regardless, UConn has the ball. So I guess it was off of Hopkins. Carabao inbounding, again going right to left. He just yeets it down the field, connects on a pass. Demery lays it off the glass, and Mullins slams it home. Demery missed the initial bucket, but Mullins backing up his teammate as they're now up 33 points with 5:53 left to go. I mean, this is, again, just a one-sided performance. Played a quad team tournament today with 4 3A schools. We fared okay. Boys singles 2-1, boys doubles 1-5, girls singles 2-0, girls doubles 2-1. Oh, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Good stuff. All right, 5:50 to go here. The Red Storm. Darling over there. That is to Mitchell. Mitchell to Jackson. Jackson looking around, passes inside, but there's a foul. I believe it's going to be on Reeby. Good to see Miss Tammy. Very long 13-hour shift, but finally here. Oh, man, rest up. Rest up. I didn't have many 13-hour shifts, but they were definitely rough. I remember getting out at 1 or 2 a.m. That was never fun. Never fun. Then I'd go to Whataburger late at night, or McDonald's. Actually, it was Whataburger. Jackson with the mid-range floater. That one's going to be off the mark. Rebounded, though, by the Red Storm. Sellers with it beyond the arc. He's now going to drive inside. Floater, that's too short. And he was bumped and fouled. Fouled by Mullins. And Sellers will head to the line for a couple of shots. Sellers is an 84% free throw shooter. Oh, to the beating. Yeah, picked a great game. I did. This is the game of the day. Or at least it was supposed to be. Does make the first 32-point game now. 65-33. Patino talking to the bench as he does make the second. 31-point game. All you need is 4 touchdowns and a field goal. And you were right back in it. Caravan inbounding it to Ball. 5:30 left to go here in the second half. Domination by UConn. 65-34. As UConn's going right to left. Demery hands it off to Mullins. Mullins on the far side of the logo. Now at the logo. Finds Demery. Demery beyond the arc. Dancing beyond the arc. Now driving inside. Puts it up. He was fouled. Does not get the basket. But he gets a couple of shots. As Ejidor is on the ground still. Just hopefully he'll be okay. I have to imagine the backups for the Red Storm will be in, which is a bummer because I didn't really write many of the backups down for the rosters, so that's kind of a bummer. Doc's got the... Yeah. Actually, I got that Sunday. Each door actually is bleeding. Each door is bleeding, and that blood is now on the court. I saw it drip there. Oh, wow. Oh, my gosh. Oh, it's a lot of blood. Oh, geez. So we have a little stoppage of play here. Ejidor bleeding all over. Oh, my goodness. Bloody lip. If you have Peacock, you can watch DePaul Creighton after this. I will not be covering that game. And then again, tomorrow, we'll be doing Michigan State and Purdue. That one again at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. 5 o'clock for those of you on the West Coast. But yeah, I'll be here again. If you're not able to watch the game, I got you covered. Need some comeback pasta. Yeah, we'll see, Johnny. I don't know. Not looking good. The pasta's spoiled. Yeah, it's not looking good. Anyway, yeah, so Demery's an 80% free throw shooter. He does make the first, extended to a 32-point game. Again, if you do like what you're listening to, make sure again to like and subscribe, folks. It is free, I promise. There will be no bill sent to you, as there is the second, 67 to 34. St. John's now with it with just over 5 minutes to go as he hands it off to Sellers. Sellers with beyond the arc. He's looking around, trying to find somebody. Finds Prey. Prey with it beyond the arc. Looks like there was a push and a foul by a Husky. I believe that was on Reed. That was his third foul. And I guess Prey's going to go to the line for 2 shots. Prey looks like he's a 71% free throw shooter. That's a 1-on-1 opportunity. He does make the first. Glad to be here. How are you doing? I'm doing okay. Actually, I've not mentioned this as he does make the second. I sprained my ankle yesterday playing tennis. Really swollen right now. And really embarrassing, but it is what it is. But anyway. So yeah, that's happening. Hopefully I'll be back on the court soon. Definitely making me rethink a lot of things, though. UConn with it again. 4:45 left to go. Here's at the logo. Demery with it. Going to the far side. He's driving inside and attempted to slam it home. But he was fouled. And he will head to the line for 2. Demery was going to slam it with authority. I think Reed's checking him and like, hey, are you okay? What were you doing there? Time to put the subs in for UConn. Give the other kids a chance to play. We might see it. Looks like they're going to review it for a potential foul. Again, this game kind of dragging out longer than it really needs to be, but, you know, I guess you got to keep the drama high. Keep your price. Thank you, Miss Tammy. Yeah, it is what it is. Again, that's just me not taking care of myself over the years. I used to, again, like, I would kind of roll my ankle all the time, but I would never, like, it would never be like that because I was always in shape, but not really in shape anymore, and I guess I did it too hard this time. So, it's frustrating. It is what it is, though. You know, just got to take care of myself. And eat healthy. So he's going to actually get 2 shots. So I guess that was a tech or something, or a personal foul, or I don't know. Looks like he does connect on the first, 68 to 36. Missed ball. Yeah, DJ, it's tough. Second shot is coming your way as he does miss this one. 68-36 currently your score. Again, UConn will have the ball. You know, the pain sprained your wrist several months ago falling off your bike. Hope you feel better. Yeah, it's rough, man. Feel better. Again, thank you again for the kind words. This is UConn inbounding it on the near side. This is Smith. Again, 4:34 left to go. Ball with it. Reed now underneath. Finds Mullins. Mullins to Caraban for three. That one's in and out. Rebounded there by Darling. Darling now with it. Racing down the court. Down 32. Darling underneath. Mid-range jumper. Too strong. Rebounded by Smith. Prey falls down, but he gets right back up. I guess there's no foul. Smith with it. Finds Caraban. Caraban back out to Smith. Smith with it. Beyond the arc. Smith to Mullins. Mullins looking around. Floats it inside to Reed. Mishandles it, but then reclaims it. Reed walking. Inching his way inside. Reed. Back out to Ball. Ball to Caraban for a corner three. That one's off the mark. Rebounded there by Sellers. Sellers taking up the court again. Down by 32. As there's another shot. That's going to be off the mark. St. John's is now 0 for their last 21 shots from the field. Unbelievable. 3:30 and counting for UConn. 68-36. Smith now with it. He's again just kind of killing some time at the logo. We're at the 3:16 mark now. Passes inside to Mullins. Mullins bounce pass outside the ball. Looks like there was a foul. And that will take us to a... Looks like that was... Actually, I don't even know who the foul was on. It doesn't really tell me. But regardless, 32-point game with 3:13 left to go in the second. UConn leading 68-36. Not as young as you used to be, Doc. Happens as you get old. I know. St. John's coaching staff looks so gangster. Yeah, they're not happy. Getting older isn't for sissies. Apparently. Happens with age, my friend. Good to slow down even a little. I know, but I mean, I don't know. It's just been really just frustrated with myself, I guess, with the weight. Went to the dressing room at half and took Patino's calzone away. Yeah. Oh my goodness, it is embarrassing, Johnny. What you're interested in is what city of Guadalajara still hosts the Intercontinental Playoffs. Yeah, I know. Very interesting stuff. Terrible stuff happening in Mexico, man. Bad stuff's been happening there for a long time, but, I mean, the past few months have been crazy. Obviously, this is insane. Will you be live again? Expecting to go live tomorrow, Michigan State and Purdue. That game starts at 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. Eastern. I had it earlier and I forgot. But, yes, I'll be on tomorrow night for some more top 25 action. So hopefully I'll see you there. Hopefully the game is much more competitive than this one. Remember when St. John's used to be a good team? Oh, they're still a good team. But yeah, this is a bad performance. I mean, I can't tell if that's St. John's or, Lamar or whatever. I mean, it's not a good performance. That was just 2 hours ago, yeah. But yeah, appreciate you guys for tuning in. Again, we are inching our way closer to 6,700 subscribers. Again, year one in the books here on YouTube. Pretty happy. We had 6,400 subs for year one. And of course, we're in the slow part of the season for the channel, but we'll be okay. Just got to survive until football season. That is it. That is all. Because we will do well in football. But again, folks, if you're a sports fan, make sure again to like and subscribe. Helps out the channel. And yeah, thank you guys again for hanging out for the last 2 hours. Again, sorry it was not a great game, but maybe tomorrow night we'll be blessed with one. But yeah, again, if you like college basketball, MLB, again, that's what I'll be doing primarily until the NFL comes back. And college football, as that's going to be inbounded and then deflected out of bounds. Again, 3:08 left to go. We'll do a little bit of the UFL, of course. And then some Penguins hockey and a little bit of the World Cup as well. Surprise Marquette is struggling. Yeah, the Big East. Big East doesn't really have many good teams this year. Caravan with it. Inbounding it to Reed. Reed back to Smith. Smith dancing around. And looks like there's an off-the-ball foul with 3 minutes to go. Another stoppage. Looks like that was a foul on Reed. That was his fourth, and he's going to check out. You've seen better games, yeah. Connor Griffin guy looks pretty good. Yeah, he does. Really excited for it, but he's probably not going to make this roster, even though it doesn't matter. Looks like that's a deep three for St. John's. That's going to be off the mark, not even hitting the rim. UConn now with a 2:40 to go here in the second half. 32-point game. Again, I believe there's players I don't recognize out there. I'm going to have to figure out their names. That looks like that's another foul. Again, just unnecessary stoppage of play, I guess. I don't know. It is what it is. Caravan checking out of the game. Getting a standing ovation from this UConn crowd. Again, they have just been a rowdy bunch tonight and definitely played a factor in tonight's game. Correct, yeah. All right, this is UConn. UConn with it. That was Melander. Melander to Smith. Smith to underneath. That's going to be fouled, and he's going to head to the line. Karoma. I actually don't have this guy written down. Again, I don't really write down the guys that don't get like maybe a minute or two a game. But here we are. Look at me. Not thinking it would be a blowout, but here we are. Karoma. He plays shortstop, by the way. We can play anything else. Karoma makes the first. Again, don't have any stats on him. 69-36. 2:19 to go. Again, still got another shot as ball's going to check out. Again, UConn all just slowly checking out. Detroit Ricky wearing the diamond. Yeah, he's an idiot. Max Clark. What an idiot. Makes the second. 70-36 is your score. Just over 2 minutes to go. St. John's now with it, trying to at least get some garbage time points. Back to Ludopoulos as he's driving inside off the glass. Misses the layup. Prey, though, with the rebound. Prey to Darling. Darling for three. That one's no good. Rebounded by Ross. 70-36. Smith now with it with 1:50 left to play. He's now working his way to the near side again, right to left. Smith outside to Ross. Ross beyond the arc. Floats it inside of Karoma, who slams it down. Karoma with 4 points on the night. And looks like there was a foul or a substitution or a timeout. Foul on Smith. That was definitely unnecessary. 36-point game, 72-36. Looks like UConn going to try to get some more players that normally don't see the field, because number 77 is checking in the game. Not too sure. St. John's fewest points scored in the game was 40. We're at 36. So Darling, that was since 2002, 40 points. That was in 2013. Darling makes the first, now bringing the total to 37 points. With big time at the plate. Yeah, he had bad fielding, and then, he fell down at the plate. North Carolina, any good this year? I don't have to look at it. As there's the second, and he does convert. I imagine they're probably fine. They're probably a good team. If they're bad, they're probably still all right. Again, a 34-point game, 1:20 left to go. This is Smith. Couldn't quite get you the name there on number 77. 1:12 left to go. Passes to Melander. Melander with it. He goes to the near side. Again, beyond the arc. Melander looking around. He just jacks up a three, and that's too strong. Doesn't hit the rim. Darling with the rebound. Under a minute left to go. 72-32. Hands it off to Prey, who's bumped and fouled, and will head to the line for some shots. You're sending Patino condolences, Cannoli? Yeah, it's been a rough one. You planning on having baseball visuals like the virtual strike zone? Yes, I am. So going to try to figure out the setup and what's pleasing to the eye there. As Prey does make the first. And looks like Prey does make the second. Now getting to 40 points. 72-40 is your score. As again, UConn just kind of cruising away with a dominating performance here at home against St. John's. Melander just kind of killing the time. 35 seconds left, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Melander just going to go ahead and dribble it out, and that's going to be a shot clock violation with 23 seconds. And you have to imagine St. John's will probably do the same. Quarterback-related news, Malik Willis is rumored to have a price tag with $30 million. Yes, I saw that. I think it's a little too much. I mean, he's pretty solid. I don't know about all that. $30 million. That is a lot of money. I think that's what Sam Darnold got. So maybe, I don't know. Anyway, Darling going to dribble this one out. That's going to be your final score, folks. 72-40. And what has been just a dominating performance by UConn. Largest win over St. John's in the series history. You witness history tonight, folks. Apparently I need to have another space there. Is that too... There we go. That's more centered. Do you use some Epsom salt? Yes, I did use some. I like Willis, but I don't think he's worth that. A great backup, a very average starter. Yeah, we'll see what he does. Thank you for the stream. Appreciate you again. Appreciate you guys. Again, we're going to go ahead and look at the stats here real quick before I head out. Again, thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure, again, to like and subscribe before you go for some more play-by-play with Dr. Lay. Again, the big game tomorrow is going to be Michigan State and Purdue. I'll be on. Again, if you can't catch the game right here on YouTube or on Peacock, I'll be able to cover it. I'll be a good backup plan for you. Hopefully, I'll see you then. But anywho, again, the Red Storm with 40 points. Again, just not a good night. Sandon with 10 points. Hopkins with 8. Age-of-4 with 6. Sellers with 4. And then Prey with 7 points. Darling with 2. And Jackson with 3. UConn with 72 points against 72-40 was your score. Reed with 20. Caravan with 14. Ball with 11. Mullins with 9. Demery with 7. Ross with 4 points. Karoma with 4 points. And then Smith with 3. Good show, guys. Catch you later. Appreciate you, Rogue, for tuning in. That was a rough one. Appreciate you, Chris. Again, thank you, Orville. Thank you guys all for tuning in. That was awesome. Thank you guys for keeping me company as I, again, continue to practice and work on my basketball play calling, play-by-play there. You're not going to sleep. I have to move out of your work apartment, but I'll be back in town. Oh, really? You have to move out. Why? I guess we'll talk about that. Well, maybe this weekend. I don't know. I'll be busy. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing now with the ankle. I don't know if I'm actually going out to Longview anymore. Oh, well. Stacey signing out from the Yay area. Appreciate you, Johnny, for tuning in, man. Thank you, sir. Good night again. Catch you on the flip side. Appreciate you, DJ. And again, you guys all take care. Again, make sure to like and subscribe, folks. Again, it is free. And again, tomorrow we'll be doing Michigan State and Purdue, another top 15 matchup. But yes, you guys all have a great rest of your night. Y'all take care. And peace. Good night.